before we start with our next panel, as Deepika mentioned, I'm very excited to share that over the past couple of months, DSCI and IDFI together have been working on creating a privacy generator, a privacy notice generator tool. So we're hopeful that this will be useful for the industry. I'll not take up too much time. I'll hand over to Mr. Vinayak Godse, who's our CEO, to speak a bit about this collaboration. And afterwards, we'll have Mr. Ashok, who's IDFI CEO, speak to this as well. Followed by a short teaser of what the tool is. Hopefully, that will pique everyone's curiosity. So over to you, Vinayak.
Thank you, Shivangi, and thank you all for joining this. And this effort, we are putting together because we know once this law comes in and get enforced, there are various set of organizations, almost everybody, right? In fact, one of the biggest worries the government organization also needs to comply with this. But there's another worry is MSME organization, how would they comply with it, right? And you need enablement for them to comply with this. And one of the important thing of this compliance, we all know that, because this art, there is a challenge and there is a possibility. There is challenge and there is also opportunity, right? The challenge is that every data collection can be illegal, and you need to know how and what kind of data that you are collecting. And if you don't collect it the way it has been devised, then it becomes illegal, right? And you have become uncompliant to this law, right? And that's the core part of this law, basically, right? But it's also opportunity. Because if you are able to define purpose well, and if you are able to take consent, then you legitimatize the way you are collecting information, right? So to help MSME to really comply with this, we thought about idea, and thankfully IDFI team came ahead to implement that idea. Why don't we create, Ashok, can you just join? Why don't we create something which can be used by MSME to solve this at least problem, and with this makes them compliant, and more importantly, their legal collection of data legitimatized, basically. And that's the idea, and that's the idea we put together. And this is what we want to launch today. And really thankful to his team and the work that they have been doing. And from today, they probably will make a launch and we'll get some organization to test it. Thank you, Ashok, for the collaboration. And can you just a little bit talk about what we are doing it here?
Yeah. So for if you think about the bill which just came out in 2017-18, and we've seen that sequence of events where the bill had to get passed, I was the most excited about it because I almost felt like my data was stolen, and my data is there everywhere in the public space. Number of builders calling me was a little too much, because I posted something on one of the e-commerce sites. So I was a victim, right? From there came the idea behind how do we build technology for protecting privacy. And so it came across, for me, it was a little bit of how it helps citizens of the country. From there, it somehow at some point felt like it could become a business, and that's how we started. But then when we started to talk to Vinayak sir about this, I said, hey, we should do something for the public good. And that's sort of where this tool kind of, we came across, and we said, hey, maybe we can provide something for MSMEs who might not be able to afford the kind of lawyers that Supratim here is, but and so is there a way that we can kind of build a tool which allows MSMEs to get this similar kind of help? Right, so that's sort of what the tool we have. It allows you to create a notice, which is. I'm not saying it'll be 100% compliant or anything there, but it is a first step towards a notice which is compliant. It gets translated in all 22 languages upfront. It's based on your privacy policy and terms of use, so you can just put that in, and it creates a compliant notice. It just makes it faster for you to sort of take it live. And that's where that's the kind of the product that we have built. The team that built it is right there behind, sitting here. Niranjan, Rishikesh, Sambhav, and Shivam. And thank you guys. And okay, so Sabu sir over there. Thank you so much, guys. But that's the product.
Which just showcase. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Ashok. Thank you, team. And there are a lot of privacy enhancing startups in India. And with some of them and with almost everybody of them, we are trying to see how can we solve. There is one very interesting startup based out of Punjab. The lawyers coming together. What they do, they look at your code. And based on that code, they will help you to see how can you notice B basically, right? How can you consent with D? So as they say, how can we leverage some of those capabilities as well? There are very interesting startups. I think there's one startup already working with Ashok who build a dam on top of it basically, right? So it's a database activity monitoring and on the top of it does ROPA as well, right? So we are trying to also bring startups to work with each other and see how can they create technology, because we know the volume and velocity that has been created, technology only way to make you compliant basically. And IDFI is one of the key leader in that. And with this, I think we'll see more such kind of thing coming in India. Thank you. Thank you.
Ashok, I'll ask you to stay back for our next panel because you're a panelist.